On my latest videos. Yeah, so, and for those of you who joined my channel recently and who have been on here a while, thank you for watching. I know I took a big break and I had mentioned it before, I just had life things going on, but now I'm back and I'm really enjoying doing the videos and they give me purpose and they're just fun. So if there's products or questions, just leave them down below, I do answer them. And let's get started. So I had mentioned in my really long video previous to this, I went through a whole bunch of products and I thought, well, this could be quite confusing. So today I'm just gonna do eyebrows and I'm gonna only use two new products. I've got a couple eyebrow tutorials that I wanna do. And I have kind of unusual eyebrows because they arch up and they're black, but yet you don't wanna draw in pure black, and a lot of people will put brown and it just looks ridiculous when you walk out into the sun, so it can be a little bit tricky. And so this might help you if you have like my hair color, or if you're just interested in the products and how they apply, you may like this video. So today I'm using Anastasia eyebrow pencil and the Freeze Gel, and I've been testing it out before I do this, before I decided to create this video, because I wanted to see how it sits and holds all day instead of just pumping out products just to be like on the internet and get hits. And I know beauty influencers love to do that, but I'm a photographer and I'm a glamour photographer and I use the products with Airbrush, so they have to work and they have to last, and quality is very important to me. Budget's important, but I will spend extra on good products because I'm putting them on clients and I'm also putting them on my face, and I don't like cheap quality stuff because I really don't know what's in it and I don't trust it. Okay? Alright, so I decided to try Anastasia because I've heard so much about it. I had stayed away from it for a long time because I thought it was a really high price point and I was like, is this another scam? You know, all these makeup brands. But I got this and I got an eyebrow kit. I will do a separate video on this little kit, just so it's not so confusing and these videos are a little shorter. My last video is really long, but I haven't seen you guys or talked in a very long time. So I wanted to just say hello, and I just got excited and used all kinds of products I've been playing with. So I'm using the eyebrow pencil that has, they all have the little spoolie, and then this has like the pencil, the thicker type. And I'm always weary of this thicker type because I always worry that it's too chunky on the eyebrow and the strokes are too wide. And saying that, let me sharpen it because I've used it for a few days now just to see how it was going. And I got my little tray and I put everything on that. Okay. And I use these little metal sharpeners. I got those from Sally. And I'll list all the products. Hi guys, I'm back. So I don't know about you, but I'm always getting these fraud calls on my phone and I always go in and block them and it's just like crazy. Anyway, so let's get back to it. So yeah, I'm always worried that this might be too chunky, but I'm just gonna go in and follow my natural lash line. And I have to tell you, and I mentioned it in my other video, but just because this is a shorter one, in the brow kit that I'll do a next video on, the founder, Anastasia, she does a little chart. There's a pretty picture of her. And it shows you, like, if you're having trouble with your eyebrows, like kind of where it should start in the middle and the end by different points on your nose. So that's kind of helpful if you struggle with eyebrows. The best way to learn is to get in there and just play. And you can clean them up and I'll show you how to do that. And it's super easy and this should take you like a minute to do once you get your technique down and how you like your brows. So I'm using an Ebony color, which is like dark brown, black, but not pure black. So it's like a brownie black, I would describe it. And I'm gonna go in and I'm just gonna do a couple short strokes. And I'm just following my bone and my lash line. Okay. And they're not perfect. Don't worry about it because we're gonna clean them up. I just wanna get into the brow line. I like a thicker brow, but I also don't want it to look too crazy, but I don't want it too skinny. And I've kind of just started, I've been doing my own brows for a long time. I did threading for years, and I had someone who was amazing, but then I moved to the US, and then I found I couldn't find anybody. Nothing was clicking, and they made my eyebrows really skinny, and I have a wider jaw, and so it doesn't balance. So it's nothing really. Another really important way to balance it, like you're always balancing your face, so you want the width of it to kind of match your shape, not to be overpowering, but not to be too subtle. That's just my look. But somebody else, like, really you have to look at your face and just kind of play, and then try out different makeup. I love switching around my lashes, eyebrows, the shape, little ends. So have fun with it. Like, you know, I'm definitely not one of those people who's gonna go tattoo eyeliner or eyebrows just because I like to change the shape. It's kind of like it gives a theatrical quality to your makeup, and I like kind of playing in fashion changes, okay? But, okay, so let's get in there. And I'm just gonna do strokes, some loose strokes where I see gaps, but I don't wanna do too many because when you put that brow gel in, it's gonna blend everything. And I'm just gonna go into my corner, and I'm just gonna go, that's right where it should end. That's your gauge. And so it's a little, to me, blurry and soft. And for years I did the angled brush with a little powder, and it looked great, it was soft, but I never got those sharp, clean, and lately I've really liked it sharp and clean, not too blurred out. But if you're doing a soft and romantic look or just an everyday look, if you have like fair blonde hair, you may want to do it more soft and blurry. I like it a little sharp, and that's kind of just my style. So I'm gonna go in and just stroke, and I'm gonna just make a straight line at the bottom. For me, that works really well. A couple lines on the end because I see them kind of not so sharp. And then I'm gonna go into the center and just do that. So they look kind of crazy. This is a little too much. You can go in and just wipe with your hand. And you know I love these pointed Q-tips, so sometimes I just do that. Okay. I'm doing this before I do my foundation. You can do it before or after, it doesn't matter. It's not like your foundation covers your eyebrows. So this one, this corner always bugs me, and I sometimes tweeze it, but then it's like so gappy that it looks really high, and this is the eyebrow that arches. So I just leave it. We're gonna go in and clean it, fill in a few more gaps, and then once again, and I feel like it's a little thick and blurry, but no biggie. Every day can't be perfect, and that's why cleaning it up is always good. So now, and you can use this step, this freeze gel, you can do it before and after. Before or after you stroke the pencil. When you do it after, just keep in mind you're blurring the pencil. So that's why I didn't put a lot on, because I didn't do it first. If I do it first, I have to let it dry, otherwise the pencil smudges and gets wet, and then it really doesn't look clean. If I do it after, it still smudges the pencil, but I stroke very quick strokes. If you like the big, exaggerated eyebrow where the eyebrow shows, this stuff is great for that. And the price point wasn't too high. I think it was maybe under 20, something like that. But you can check. There's different places you can get it. You know, different people have sales like Ulta and all that. So not really outrageous for a brow product, especially by Anastasia. So I have the gel on here. I just tipped it in here. You can't get your whole brush in there. It's just a little awkward. They should have made the brush bent, honestly. But anyway, so you can get some on their tip, and you don't want too much. So I just kind of put it on the tip and then just kind of drag it through my towel. And it just kind of takes the excess, or I drag it on the edge of this. I don't want it too clumpy. I want it a little lighter because I don't want them to dry and be like crusty little hairs that I intentionally did. So I'm just gonna brush up, and you can see the product moving. Let me come in a little closer. I can see the product moving. I like the kind of clean brushed up look for myself, but I don't love the ends sticking out. I know that's trendy right now, so I like to smooth them. And that's my little twist on vintage glamour with modern products. So I like combed lash, but I like it tamed, and I'm gonna tame it. All right, so I just wipe the end of my brush off so it doesn't dry and get crusty, and it will stay on there if you don't clean it. You can dip it in some cleaner, and I'll just kind of like do that. Doesn't wreck the bristles. Okay, and then it's bendable, so you can just kind of straighten it, get any little hairs off, and close. So it's kind of like, they're good, they're filled in, I'm happy with them, I like the direction, I've tamed the top. but they're a little too blurry for me and they're not clean, in my opinion. And so, like I said, I do this before I do my airbrush because it doesn't really cover it. But I'll just do some strokes on top. You can see it just kind of, it's very subtle. And I always talk about this eye base. I use this eye base as around my eyebrows. And the color just works with my skin. It's got like a bit of a blue base. This concealer is easy to use. It comes in 3 shades. I think light, medium, dark. I think I'm using light. I use lighter colors for my concealer because it really works to contour and just cleans things up. And I have a mixed complexion because I'm a half white and I'm half brown, so I can kind of go both ways. And it doesn't matter really what your complexion is, but going with a lighter concealer from your skin tone will help clean things up and highlight and things pop. And even if you put a little foundation over it, it's still kind of illuminating. Okay. And I have uneven skin tone, so putting this around really helps me see it before I do the foundation. Okay, so that's nice and clean. I don't like to go too square on my eyebrows, but I do like to have them trimmed. So I like to do a little on the sides, like just like a nice clean line. And there's no makeup smudged around, there's no black, it just kind of does it. Because I'm not really hitting the product on the eyebrow, I'm just shaping it. So there's some perfectly shaped eyebrows. All right. And I don't know if I've mentioned, I know I've been starting to mention it, but I like to get my eye brush, I can't talk today, my eye makeup brushes from Michaels. And it's all about finding the right bristles. These are quality art brushes, so why not use them on your face? Because every day is a chance to create art and your face is your palette. And that's how I think of makeup, and that's what motivates me to put makeup on every day. I don't feel like I'm being overdone or I'm insecure and I need to hide this. I mean, I do like to cover my any kind of acne or scarring or discoloration because it makes me feel good and I like an even tone. But there's days where I just walk around and I don't care. But I do like to wear makeup because it's fun and it's a creative outlet. And if you approach your makeup that way, you'll want to get dressed every day and you'll want to do your makeup because your face is your canvas. So have fun with it. And you can do so many looks. So anyway, so today's eyebrows, those are all nice and cleaned up. And I'm going to go on with my morning and do the rest of my makeup. I'm going to cut this video a little short. We just did an eyebrow tutorial today. If you have questions, leave them down below. Click that bell for notifications on my latest video. Hey guys, so I'm just saying hello, and I wanted to show you this new mascara. It's the Mac Stack, and I got the travel size. I just wanted something smaller to throw in my purse, because sometimes I forget to do my mascara, so I like to have it in my purse so that I can do it. So what I love about this one is the brush, and it's nice and thick. And I have my fake lashes on, these 3D kind of mink ones. They're strip lashes, they're not extensions, and no animals died making them. They're just like cheapies. I get them off eBay, I buy them in packs of 50, but they look really cool. And I just like to stroke the bottom of my lash, especially on the ends, to get off any airbrush powder, because I do airbrush foundation every day. And then I go into the inner corner. This lash kind of dropped a little bit. They're kind of worn. They're on their last little lash legs. I reuse my strip lashes as long as they don't look ratty. They seem to be fine. I just pull off the extra glue. And that kind of opens up the eye and lifts it. As you can see, this one is a little droopy in the center because that's the lash. These ones have been through some stuff. Oh, I try not to stroke the tips of the lashes because they're already so long, and I wear glasses, so it's kind of funny they hit. And then I'm going to go in and just do the bottom and just rub it across. I don't like too much bottom. I've been using the Grande Lash Serum, and it really grew in my lashes, so I don't really need big long bottom lashes. I've got these huge monsters on the top. And then I like to use a close-up mirror to check liner and mascara. See, I've got a little clump here, and this lash is really high, so I'm going to push it down. They're already glued on, so I can do that. That's the beauty about these big lashes. So I push them down, and they're still full and long. I got a little clump there. So I'm going to take this amazing little tool. If I can find it. Ah, where is it? I used it in my big long video where I was showing you a bunch of products. Okay, I can't find it, so I'm gonna use this amazing tool, the end of my eyebrow brush, so I can just, while it's still wet and you can move it, just kind of drag it, zigzag, and it gets rid of those clumps. And then they're nice and separated. Yeah. They do look really long and lush. If you like these lashes, I'll put a link to the bottom where I get them. And I used to use them only for my shoots, just for certain clients and for my promo, because they really make the eye pop in a photo. I always would say you gotta do a lash. I mean, if you're allergic, I get it. So I would do things digitally, because I can do digital lashes, which is kind of fun. I can do a full face of makeup through the computer. But it's so fun to do your makeup and play, and to do a client makes them feel good and puts them in the mood for the photo, especially when I did boudoir and pinup boudoir. It just made them feel like, you know, they could play the part. So I pushed these down a little bit. I've cleaned up the clump, and you can see the difference between the two eyes. And then I'm gonna go in and do the bottom. Actually, I think I'm gonna do the top, but once again, I've got my close-up mirror. So if you're like me and you need glasses for things up close, having the close-up mirror really helps, because you can see everything, so you don't have to guess. I usually go by feel and do things because I've done it for so long, but I'm gonna start doing this. And I just cleaned up all the powder, or the airbrush foundation, the spray, and then I'm pushing up the inner corner in the middle just to make the eye pop, but I'm gonna gently push down with my finger, as you saw last time I used the wand and it got all clumpy. So I'm gonna stroke it a little bit just because to even it out, but intentionally this time. So now I've got a little bit more mascara on the actual lashes on the top. And then I've got a little concealer down here. And then I'm gonna go in and I just zigzag across very carefully, and I drag down. Zigzag and drag down. That's very important. Dragging down pulls the lash down, and it prevents clumps. I mean, they're gonna happen here and there. And see, I do a little bit more there, so now I gotta even it out. Just on the tip. There you go. We got our mascara. So that's the MAC stack. I'm actually impressed because I was never able to use any of their mascaras, and that one seems to work. And it's nice and thick. And so I have a thin one and I have a thick one of a different brand. But here's the tool I wanted to show you. And I showed you guys this in my long video, but I'm doing shorter videos just to make it easier to digest. And so I'm not taking an hour to do each video. And this just has a little comb thing. And I got it from Grande Lash, whose eyebrow and lash serum I use. And it definitely works. And I've been using it for over a year now. I did it every night and then let it dry. And I wear a sleeping mask, so I was careful to let it dry. And then once they grow in about 8 weeks, that you can see results in 4 weeks, but in 8 weeks they're fully grown in. The lashes are long, but they're not thick, and I like a thick lash, so that's why I do strips. But it helps protect it by doing the lash serum, so I have full lashes, so I can wear just mascara. Like this MAC stack is great on a natural lash. And if it's not gonna make as thick as a fake lash, but it's definitely long and full. And so I was able to wear mascara again. And on my bottom, I had a missing piece and it grew in. It took a little longer than 8 weeks for the missing eyelash, but it grew in. So I was super happy about that. And so now I replenish, because if you stop using it, it does go away. So you have to keep using the product. But I only have to use it like once every 3 days or once a week. You don't have to use it as much. And if you feel like you haven't used it in a while, you just use some consistently and then it'll come back full. So it's been great. And like, even with my eyebrows, if I didn't brush them up, I could just go. If it wasn't for I was missing a little bit there, I could just go. But the perfectionist and the makeup artist in me wants perfect. My style. So anyway, this is a cute little tool I got from them, and you just kind of clean your lashes, and you can even just drag them down below, just separate anything, just comb them. And I always zigzag and pull down. I find that's the best way to have no clumps. And it's got a cute little cover. Wait, wipe. Didn't really get anything off, but cute little cover. Anyway, thanks for joining me on the eyebrow tutorial using some Anastasia products. I will put the links down below. You can just Google and find Anastasia, so I don't know if that's necessary, or go to Nordstrom or whoever. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up because it helps me. And I'm just a girl looking for sparkle. And your face is your palette, so create and have fun with it. All right, bye guys. Oh, and click that bell for notifications on my latest videos. I do videos on vintage style with modern tools and products. So you could say it's vintage style, modern mindset, and everything is glamour inspired, the photography, the jewelry, the hair, the makeup. So I hope you enjoy the videos, and I will see you guys again. Bye-bye. So I went in and I just cleaned these up some more, and I used my darker concealer MAC 25 because I felt like when I looked in a different light, they were just a little too thick and bushy and too kind of messy looking. So I've gone in and I've just touched them even more. So it's kind of pays to have 2 concealers if you want to do that extra step for your eyebrows. But yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you guys, and leave some questions, comments, whatever. Hit that bell for notifications. I had fun creating this for you, and see you in the next video.